Hi everyone, I'm Zeiss, and on this channel I turn you into an RPG master. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to smash the subscribe button and keep in touch. So I just woke up here and found out that the Xbox presentation is live right now at Gamescom. So let's see what they have to say about the Diablo 4 expansion. As one of the main games on this channel, I'm particularly interested in what they have to say. So let's see it, and I'll comment on whatever they bring to us today, right?
It's one of the fastest selling games in Blizzard's history, and it just made headlines again at last night's opening night live. And here to give us an exclusive look at Diablo 4's newest expansion, please welcome General Manager Rod Ferguson, Systems Designer Aislinn Hall, and Lead Game Designer Rex Dixon. Welcome, guys, to Gamescom.
Thank you for having us.
How
Great
you
to
guys
be
all
here.
doing? Yeah, it's exciting stuff. Now, for those of the people out there that might have missed what happened last night, why don't you clue us in? What exactly did
I
you
missed
just
what
do?
happened today, but there's a
Last night was
rewind
exciting.
option,
So
right?
our game director for their Vessel of Hatred expansion, Brent
Let's
Gibson,
have our
got on
coffee
stage
here.
and he talked about something that we've been going even deeper on the expansion. You know, we've talked about the Spiritborn, the class, we've talked about the new zone, Nahantu, talked about the new story campaign, but we're like, there's even more in the expansion than that. And so we really want to get into like different ways that people want to play the game. And so we introduced the Undercity of Kuras, which is our new dungeon, which Rex will talk about. We have our new Dark Citadel, which is our multiplayer co-op. And then the big thing was our trailer last night for our Mercenaries.
Ah, Mercenaries. Now,
Yep,
talk
let's
about
see
them
the
for a sec,
system.
because
That's
this is a brand new
interesting.
gameplay feature. We'll talk about new class and all that kind of stuff in a sec, but Mercenaries.
Like I said many times before, giving the player power again, don't be very happy about it yet, because we don't know what we're gonna be facing, so probably this power is actually gonna be required. And yeah, not quite happy about it yet. So let's see.
Mercenaries seems really interesting. You showed off like this vignette with 4 different characters. I mean, introduce us to them. Who are these people? Why did it feel like the right time to bring it in now? And how do you hope players are going to engage with the Mercenaries?
Yeah.
Rex?
So I think the franchise has a legacy of followers and mercs, and we wanted to really reimagine that formula.
Yeah, that it
And
does,
so we added this
definitely.
feature called Mercenaries to the game. There's 4 mercenaries that you can recruit. One is Rahir, one is Variana,
And probably
Sibyl,
this thing.
and
And
the Demon
this
Child,
thing.
which everyone got very excited about at the show the other night. And so
Honestly, I'm more excited about the second expansion, because that's where I think the game will finally, I will be considering the game finally being released, because I'm hoping they will bring Diablo back into the Diablo game. So you probably won't see a review of the game from me until that happens.
there's a lot of
Just
depth in
saying.
mercenaries. So you'll meet Rahir in the campaign.
Okay,
He'll
we
introduce
saw
you to
them
this
last night
hideout called the Merc
after
Den.
the stream.
Within the Merc Den, you can find these quests. You have to go on these story-based quests to actually acquire the Merc in order for them to party with you. So each Merc has
Okay.
his own backstory, his own personality. And then once you acquire them, you can bring them into your party with you. And essentially it facilitates a way that solo players never have to feel like they're alone again. Because now they have this
No, we don't
friend
feel
who can
that.
adventure with
We
them.
actually feel
And
like
so
we
one of
need
the
a
ways
solo
that you
mode in this
progress your
game,
Merc is you
but
have each Merc has their own
you're
skill
bringing
tree.
us a
And you can
multiplayer
sort of pick
dungeon
and choose
instead,
which,
and
skills
mercs.
you want them
Amazing.
to have. And
Very
it's a really
impressed.
nice way to complement your build. So whatever build you're trying to go with, you can have the Merc set up so their skills kind of match and overlap with your own. You can
Nice.
also have a system called rapport. The more you work with a Merc and the more you adventure with them, the more they can sort of give you more benefits and they can kind of grow in power. And so once
Probably
you go
their
back to the Merc den,
XP
you can actually get
system.
custom rewards that you can only get by progressing your Merc, building up that rapport in order to access these really awesome rewards at the end.
So
And then
I'm going to have to be best friends with a demon child if I want to see the good stuff.
absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
And then this last feature we have is called reinforcements, where let's say you don't want to have a Merc in your party at the all the time. You can actually say, when I use this skill or perform an evade or something like that, I want this reinforcement Merc to jump on the field, perform an action, and jump back out again.
Yeah.
So there's
Okay.
a lot of depth, a lot
Sounds
of
fair.
fun, and some great storytelling.
So
in
it's
the
not
newest
like
feature.
just a
Just to
mode
check
or
some
a
mercs,
random
you can
AI
equip
doing those
one at a
things.
time
That's
to
good.
complement your character, but you can access all of them and try them all out, see which one works best for you.
Correct, and you can mix
Yeah,
and match your
sounds fair.
combos, so you can have two mercs, and one is your main merc and one is your reinforcement.
Oh.
And if you're in a party,
Okay.
the party leader can bring a merc with them.
Sick.
Yeah.
So 5 things
That brings
happening.
some kind
If there
of
wasn't
depth
enough on
into the
screen already.
game.
I agree.
Yeah.
And
Well, have you got any
knowing
particular
how
favorite
they
mercs that
approach
you like
things,
playing
it's
alongside?
probably not
For me
gonna be
personally,
like
Rahir,
very hard
because
to
Rahir's a dad,
master
his
and
daughter is
design this
introduced
thing
in the
for the
campaign
build.
flow.
Oh.
And so I kind of like associate myself with him because I'm a dad as well. I got 2 boys.
Right.
But also, like, I have a problem when I play Diablo, and I'm always speccing into damage and DPS.
Yeah, the softcore mentality right there, because that's what they do.
Resiliency, which actually increases your armor, increases your defensive buffs. And so I actually rely on that to stay alive when I'm playing the game.
Nice. Aislinn, how about yourself?
Yeah, I absolutely love Varyana. She's just totally wild. She's a butcher who's also...
Let me discuss a small problem right there. Now, if you can't constantly use this, especially if they're ranged enemies, I don't think that's a thing anyone should be using, because things might actually surprise you, and that's not really very hardcore friendly. So I don't necessarily approve this, just saying.
a former cannibal, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
And I love playing aggressively. You know, I love building momentum and moving forward. And she has a kill streak mechanic.
Yeah,
and that
kiting
complements that
the
very
world!
nicely.
I like it. Rod?
Sounds like a
I mean, the
heavy
Demon
metal
Child, I
song
think it's such
already.
a unique character in our world, and that explosive power, and the fact that it has the sort of the 2 sides, the human side and the demon side, is really cool to sort of complement the the variety on the battlefield.
Okay, well, you've picked 3. I'll take the one left over.
Yeah, Subo.
Yeah, I'll pick
Okay,
Subo.
see some
I mean,
barb
who doesn't
skills
love a
there.
drunken archer, really? I mean,
Okay, drunken archer.
you know,
Thank you. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, but now, as promised, why don't we cover some
Yeah,
behind
they have
the
some
scenes
like a
at the
battle,
making
they light on
Diablo
fire
4
and
Slade.
throw and
Check
stuff.
this out.
Okay, let's see it.
In Vessel of Hatred, we travel south to Nahantu, a region with both deep ancient
Yep.
jungles and vast sprawling plains.
The well-known
It's
Act
the
3
last stretch
from
of land in
Diablo 4
Sanctuary's eastern
Diablo
continent,
2.
and
Right,
we've packed
it's
it
in Diablo
full
4
of
now.
experiences for every type of player. In this expansion, there's a whole lot to explore under the dark canopy of Nahantu.
Okay. You know, the one good thing I like about the merc feature, like in advance without knowing much, is that when we do solo bossing, like tormented bossing, especially in my case, on as I main the necromancer, I don't have to spec into minions to aggro the boss, so I do my so I deliver my damage from a certain range where I'm kind of safe and not having to like evade, dodge, and stuff like that, so I can actually deal damage, kill the boss faster, because as we know, on hardcore the top priority is not dying and how hard of a hit you can take and keep delivering your damage. It's not all about damage like this guy previously mentioned, but I assume the mentality of most of the players is very aggressive and offensive, and they might argue on that, but what can I say? I just don't give a fuck, but maybe I can give 2 shits every now and then.
Most region of the eastern continent that Diablo 4
Anyway,
has been taking
yeah,
place in.
let's move on.
It's the last region that we haven't visited yet so far in the game, but it is one that we've been to before in Diablo.
There's
Yeah,
lots of
yeah,
new areas.
that's
We have
the
6 in
Kuras
total.
docks.
4 of them are jungle themed, and then we have 2 that are Red Rock Canyon, but each one of them has their own unique identity. When you first arrive in Nahantu, you're in this place called Lingering Hatred. This is high treetops canopies where you're almost walking amongst the branches high above the jungle floor.
Imagine a thick canopy that the light is just barely poking through.
The whole area has been infected by this thing
Okay.
called Hollows infestation.
I
The
just
Hollows are a
wasted
new
some
enemy that's
imagination.
associated with Mephisto. They themselves are kind
I
of
mean,
like
they
a
showed it to
tar-like
us. Why would I have to
substance
imagine
creature
it?
born straight out of the depths of hell?
It feels a little twisted. There's a sickness
Oh.
to the area itself.
Humans have ventured into this deep part of the jungle where there's all this poisonous plants and flora. The dregs actually started experimenting with eating these hallucinogens, and it put them
Okay.
into this aggressive psycho rage.
The dregs were pretty fun because we were able to push more variety in the monster family.
Interesting.
You have one of these tall dregs and then half of a body of another dreg on top of it, kind of controlling it and telling it where to go and tossing poisonous bombs at the player. When you come across it, it's very memorable.
And then we've also got the area of Tenganse, where you've got the Tenganse Plateau, which is full of these red-rocked plateaus and canyons.
Imagine getting up above
That's
the
new
land.
for
Those
the
gigantic
region.
walls have pockets inside where monsters could live. It offered up a lot of opportunity to bring back a monster family like the Lucunai.
We're bringing them back in a new way here as a fully fleshed out monster family with multiple classes.
What a more brute force looks like, what a caster looks like. They are very much apex predators, and we're definitely in their territory. And then there's a
Great
little
design.
sub-area called the Skittering Earth.
The name alone.
I mean, the area itself looks great. It's obvious. Blizzard's been always good at design and production and engineering and stuff like that. And we currently have like, I don't know, maybe like 15% of the entire Sanctuary map. So probably they're gonna bring more things like this with each expansion. So maybe I wouldn't be surprised if we even see flying mounts in the future, because it's gonna be like really, really big. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, sounds like 15%. So they maybe have planned like lots of DLCs like every year, every other year, like Rod Ferguson was saying before.
Makes your skin crawl.
It's bug infested, and you can see how the bugs have destroyed the jungles and kind of input their influence on it. Within the Field of Giants, you have these giant corpses of these long dead demons that humans have begun to mine away at for their resources. While they've got a lot of use out of them, they're also toxic to the land around it.
The notion of massive demons walking Sanctuary 1,000 years ago is really thought-provoking.
Plateaus also.
Yeah, it's thought-provoking. Like, how did they get there?
And then horrific at the same time. You know, it's great.
I'm not scared
the
yet.
Mercenaries in Vessel of Hatred are a group of people who we like to describe
let's see
as
about
ordinary people with extraordinary skills. They have the
There's
same
no
level of
such
will
thing.
to fight against
They're all
the demons of
extraordinary.
hell.
And there's 4 mercs that you can collect over the course of the campaign. Starts with Rahir, a blacksmith and a shield bearer, is a more defensive fighter.
He's
Okay,
able
that's
to go
probably
in
gonna
there
be my
and
thing.
soak up damage, use his shield as a bulwark against the enemy.
You meet him
Yeah,
early
but
on in
what
the
does this
campaign,
shield
and he's
do?
one who introduces you to the mercenary network. You end up finding acquisition quests for 3 other mercs that you can find throughout the course of the story.
Subo, the drunken archer, is going to work really well for people who want someone who's out of the main melee, in the back, offering utility and that kind of range support.
Then we have Ariana, a berserker crone, who's a melee combat fighter, close range. She's got a really cool combat meter,
Okay,
a
that
massacre
looks
meter where
like
you need killing
not
enemies
so
to
bad
get the
for
meter to
our
be
blood
filled.
surge speed
A bunch
leveling.
of really interesting utility skills that you can kind of build in.
Finally, we have the demon child
Right.
Altkin, who's a magic user who can transform himself from human form to demon form and join you in combat.
There's this really great reinforcement ability where
So
you
like
can
last night
take
we
one
saw,
of the
okay,
mercenary
that's
skills.
the UI. So we saw fire and shadow on this demon thing. Let's see. What bothers me here is I don't see the level, right? Do you notice? It's maxed out, but it doesn't say the level. And we have more potions, so that's probably a bonus from the renown, or maybe an item.
Your powers so that when you use that skill, it calls them in to do a specific skill.
With the Mercenaries for Vessel of Hatred, one of the
Okay, we have
things we
skill
are
tree.
expanding on is the skill tree. For
Okay,
Diablo 3,
that's
had a
pretty
very
good.
basic
Metamorphosis,
type of
wait, what?
expanding on is the skill tree. For
Flame
Diablo 3, you had a
Surge. And his metamorphosis perk will turn him into a shadow demon. Okay. So that might work well with shadow builds on the Necro, and maybe the right side with the fire builds on the Sork. Or if you want to like combine damage, which we don't necessarily care about in this game because there are no immune monsters yet. But I'm assuming if they bring back Diablo in the game and the Paladin, because that totally makes sense, right? We might have to think about it. So I'm imagining this conviction aura coming again into the game. And usually, like I said, the more power they give us, there's a reason behind it. There's gonna be stuff that's gonna require it. So, okay,
very
let's move on.
basic type of mercenary, but this
Shadow
time you can
tendrils.
actually
Okay,
push a little
that's
bit more
interesting.
into the skill tree and make the mercenary the way you would want to play.
Going through each mercenary progression arc and outfitting their skill tree so that it's complementary to your character build, I think that's where the fun in the mercenary system really lies.
Yeah. It's gonna definitely bring some depth and change
The
in
Dark
builds,
Citadel
right?
is a
'Cause
new
that's gonna
in-game
be
feature
included
that's
in the
coming
game.
in Vessel of Hatred. It's an entirely cooperative player experience. All the mechanics within it are based around you working together with your party members to solve the challenges and face
come
the
on, give me a
first
break.
hordes within.
One of the
Pretty sure
outcomes of
solo
Mage
is
Wars
possible
this
on this
giant
thing.
crater and all the souls that were kind of lost in it from those wars.
The goal of the first Khazra, who are kind of the original Khazra, they're using the powers within the Citadel found within this crater to perform experiments to try and bring back their Dark God.
Only recently, people have started going missing. They head into the Khazra region, they disappear, never to be seen again. So it's clear that whatever they're planning is about to come to fruition, and your job as the players to get in there and stop it.
Citadels are a place where we take what is the best part of Diablo, combat, and we test it in a different way, which is adding in cooperative mechanics that you have to manage on top of that.
For example, a boss has an attack, and as a player,
I
you
see
have to
two
collect an
bosses,
item
not
that
one
allows you
boss.
to reflect the attack back at him. So there's a little bit of a Twitch level mechanic there where you actually have to time your reaction shot. What's interesting about it is when you get multiple people in there, we're each responsible for reflecting that shot once, so we all have to sort of master the timing of that move. You can't do that kind of thing without coordinating as a team, and that's sort of the example of what Citadel gameplay feels like.
When designing the Citadel, we designed a lot of really cool bosses. And so one of the things that we did is
I
we
highly
took
doubt
design
that.
and made like armor sets for each of the
I mean,
classes.
the cool bosses.
That way you feel like
Maybe
you took
cool
their
looking.
armor and you feel like you're wearing a little bit of them after your victory.
I don't think Blizzard was ever good at bossing.
Citadel, where as you play through, a vendor can be interacted with to buy custom cosmetics that are unique to the Citadel. You can play with 2 people, but the ideal experience is for 4. In order to facilitate that, we've built an all-new party finder feature.
Find the
And
party,
community has
okay,
been
finally.
pretty vocal
People
about
been
wanting this for a
crying out
long
loud.
time. It made a lot of sense to us to pair it with this new Citadel mode.
It really is an activity that's geared towards people who love to play together with their friends or with strangers and enjoy that cooperative gameplay. I cannot wait for players to get into the world. I'm really just excited for people to see all the little hidden storytelling elements that the team has fit in.
So there's interesting things to find and see and discover around every corner, and it's just a really great experience getting to explore Nahantu.
Yeah, looks like. Yep, already got that.
I mean, Party Finder, that is a fantastic idea. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I log on and the buddy's not there or whatever. Now I can fill that gap. And who needs friends anymore, right? So, there was a lot in that. I want to talk specifically first
I
about the
mean,
Dark
come
Citadel.
on. Who's playing so hardcore and has friends, right? Be honest in the comments.
Because as a guy that's into his endgame activities, that's a really creative way to bring players together and actually work things out. So tell us, what actually will players have to do inside Dark Citadel to earn some rewards, get through it alive?
So it's really a unique model for us. And again, Dark Citadel is built towards endgame. And we're doing more in Vessel of Hatred to push players through the campaign and then into the endgame, where we think some of the best content is. So Dark Citadel will require at least 2 players to get through and requires a lot of communication between players to overcome challenges. Every week there's going to be updated rewards, so there's always a reason to go back and do it again because there's going to be some new stuff in there, including one very big fan requested feature, which is our scroll of retempering. So no more bricked items.
Okay, yeah, finally, no more bricked items, because I bricked, I don't know,
on that item. So I know
thousands of them probably.
And Dark Citadel is the best place to go to get that.
Excellent. Well, there is a lot in that, but it isn't the
That's
only
good news.
thing that you're launching on October 8th. So what else we got to look forward to?
Yeah, so on October 8th, we're also going to be launching Season 6 alongside Vessel of Hatred. And Season 6 is going to have a ton of content that's bespoke. It's totally separate and unique to Season 6, and it's going to be free for all Diablo 4 players, which is awesome.
Nice.
We're going to be talking a lot more about the details of the content of Season 6 in the coming months, but there's not going to just be new content coming in Season 6. Alongside Season 6 and Vessel of Hatred, we also have major character progression updates coming to Diablo 4.
Okay, yeah, infinite Paragon levels, right?
You're teasing me too much. What else you got?
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
So if you're familiar or you've played
I don't think
Season
I like
4
that.
Loot Reborn, you know we did a lot of itemization changes that kind of fundamentally altered a lot about how you're playing the game and how you're getting rewards. The scope of the character progression changes that are coming in Season 6 are, it's the same. Like, it's the same grand scale. There's a lot of changes coming to character progression, a lot of improvements coming. I'd love to talk
I expect a couple of hours long patch analysis video, right?
a little bit about the goals and also a little bit about some Paragon changes that are coming with the character progression updates.
Yep.
Yeah,
Smells
so
like infinite Paragon.
really when we were
Oh,
thinking
boy.
about these changes, we took a bird's eye view and we wanted to think about how can we make put the power in the player's hands of how they want to interact with the challenge that Diablo 4 provides in the game. We wanted to make sure that you could opt in to your challenge level that you're comfortable with so that you can set your own pace in any activity throughout all of Diablo 4. And so we've applied, basically, you know, if you've played Season 4 Loot Reborn, or you've played some in Season 5, you might be familiar with the Profane Mind Cage. That's an item that allows you in the Hell Tides to up the level of the monsters, up the difficulty, but you get more rewards as well. And we've kind of applied that philosophy throughout all of Diablo 4. You can kind of opt into your own challenge and then get more stuff because of it.
Sick.
And then alongside
Yep,
that,
nice
we
comment.
also have
Sick.
a lot of changes coming to Paragon. We wanted to add depth and choice to the Paragon system, but we know that it's pretty daunting for some people, right? So we wanted to make sure that while we were doing that, we weren't increasing the complexity, right? We want to make sure that it's
that's
still
something
very,
that they always do. They
approachable
try to
thing,
keep it
but
simple.
there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. And I could go on forever and ever and ever about this for hours. But we're going to have a lot more details in a developer live stream on August 29th. We're going to have a campfire chat where we're going to be talking all about the specifics of these things.
Awesome. I'm absolutely buzzing to see it.
I mean, the best way to phrase it is like what Season 4 did to loot, Season 6 will do to progression.
Excellent.
And the thing too, but just go back to the Party Finder, like there's things that people look at, like what's part of the expansion, what's not. Party Finder is coming to the game, not just to the expansion. So,
oh, great.
And what's great about it is not only can you access it through the social menu that you can see, or you can access it through your remote wheel, you can actually access it from the map. So
wait, this is bothering. Okay, look at this. So, looks like we won't be able to go do this solo. If those things have to be activated at once on both ends, I hope they allow us to activate one after the other so we can solo this thing, right? Hope so. Let's see.
You can access it through your remote wheel. You can actually access it from the map. So when you say, oh, I'm going to go do this dungeon, you can say, and list it as a party that people come join me in this dungeon. So it's a feature that's going to apply to the entire game.
Excellent.
That's not so bad.
In addition to Dark Citadel, we have another mode that we're bringing to the table, which is called Undercity. And Undercity is a time dungeon where you want to beat it before the timer runs out. And that mode has modifiable rewards. So you get these things called tributes, and depending on which tribute you use, you can modify and scale your rewards with the difficulty. It's a really cool mode. We're really excited. And one of the reasons we built these two modes is
Sounds awesome.
of new ways to play. Right? People love our game. They love Nightmare Dungeons. They love Whispers. They love Hell Tides.
No, we love the result of it, basically.
So that every user can find something that is uniquely suited to them. And that's what new ways to play is all about.
So hopefully that also introduces new ways to empower the glyphs, and yeah, basically that's what I'm looking for, because Nightmare Dungeons, they get kind of boring at a point. The way we usually do Nightmare Dungeons right now is like either while leveling to also empower the glyphs, or when reaching a higher level just rush to the mobs, mostly ignoring them just to get to the glyph stone. So I don't know. Hopefully it's something good this time.
We just love being able to have a bit of choice, which is really fun in Infernal Hordes in the current season, for example, and being able to tailor exactly how messed up we want this level to get is really fun. So
yeah, like bring the Glyph Stone in the Infernal Hordes, for example, because that's gonna be a thing for sure.
Applied to more aspects of Diablos, that's awesome to hear. But between now and the Season 6 launch and Vessel of Hatred, what other activities can players get up to whilst they wait?
I mean, really, is jumping into Season 5. You know, like you were talking about, Season 5 continues the pace of Season 4. You can level up really fast. It's very exciting. The Infernal Hordes is a great new mode. Which is fun. Like, you know, it's sort of a horde mode where wave after wave are coming after you. You can go and fight the Fell Council to get your rewards from that. But that's really the big thing. And like, just even if you haven't played through the campaign yet, that's one of the nice things about on the Vessel of Hatred is that it is a continuation of that story. So where Neyrelle left at the end of the game, you can pick that story up and you get to continue and play. So if you haven't played through the campaign yet, now's a great time. And I would be, you know, I have to also do the pitch, right? Like,
go on.
It's an awesome time to pre-purchase the expansion. You know, one of the things we had some great incentives before, where you get the new cat mount, you get new armor, you get pets now, you have snow leopard and the tiger that'll follow you around and pick up stuff for you. But with last night, we actually added 2 more, where not only do you have angel wings that we had before, we added demon wings last night. So if you've already
didn't look good on my character though.
If you've already pre-purchased, you'll get your demon wings are coming or they're there. But it's a good time. And then we actually added with the deluxe and the ultimate edition, we've actually added 1 month of ultimate game pass. So if you haven't jumped in yet, or if you want to add an extra month onto your subscription, pick up the pre-purchase and you'll get an extra month. And I already got my code last night. I watched the show, got back to my hotel room, and there was my code for a month of ultimate. So it was awesome.
Now you got to find some other games to play while you're on that as well.
Yeah, well,
in between Diablo. And,
is that possible? I don't know if that's possible.
That's true. I mean, I've already put in quite a few hours into the current season, and yeah, it's so much fun as is, and I just can't wait to see the Season 6 drop as well, and Vessels.
Same here.
New class as well. I mean,
thank you so much.
I don't know what else I'm going to play in the meantime. You guys have just killed all my free time.
Well, it's great. When it's the nice thing is we have a demo deck on the booth here. We have the whole Hantu corrupted, temple, and it's actually got a 20-minute demo of the Spiritborn. And what's great about it is you go in and you can pick whether you want to be a gorilla type or a centipede type or a jaguar type or an eagle type based on the Spirit Guardians. But then when it sort of clicks in after you played it for a little bit, like, wait, these aren't 4 different classes. This is one class with this amount of variety that I can apply to it. And so you can go in and double down on the Jaguar. Like my shirt says, like, if you can be a Jaguar, be a Jaguar, right? Like, but you also can be, you can mix and match. You can be half centipede, half gorilla, and create really cool mixtures and unique play styles. And so, it's really exciting to watch people get their hands on. This is the first place that, outside of press and content creators, people have been able to play, and it's been fun just to watch them play.
Well, half centipede and half gorilla is a disturbing image to end on, but, thanks a lot.
Sounds
We're
like...
going to stick around because we need to talk about that. Rex, Aislinn, thanks so much for joining us. Changing gears now, though, we are, for those of you who have been counting down the days to September's Diablo Immortal major update, we've got a sneak peek at the making of Immortal's hellish bosses.
Oh, looks like that was it.
Dark Lord of Terror himself.
Okay, that's moving to Diablo Immortal now. So I guess that's it, guys. That was not so bad after all. Let's see what will happen when Season 6 drops. I guess there's not much more to add here. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next. Zeiss out. Take care.